Should we give 3 more minutes to people to join?
We can get started. Let people join.
Om Shanti everyone. So we are actually reading the Murli from 1978. This is the Murli from 13 January. Just to quickly revise a couple of things that we have read yesterday. So Baba was talking about intezam karo, intajar nahi, like make your own preparations, not wait for things to happen. And in this, Baba is going in deep about being part of the rosary, being worthy of worship. And so Baba was going through in detail about the minute we recognize Baba. So recognition is one thing Baba was emphasizing very heavily. And the minute when we recognized Baba, our sansar, sanskar, vritti, drishti, and smriti all changed. When we, in that 1 second of recognition, so we change from Brahmins, Shudras to Brahmin. There is a total transformation of the self. Our world has been totally transformed. Baba is our world. Sanskaras are very much original. Our drishti and vritti is Ruhani, and with Ruhani Smriti. And Baba also emphasized on the importance of service. And as you make more plans, Baba was telling, stay with Baba, and then Maya will start surrendering and take chance to do more service, serve all 3 kinds of souls, devotees, beggars, and thirsty souls. Baba went in deep, and Baba said, the obedient children of the Father who have determined thought and become obedient within a second to the world benefactors, to great donors, to the bestowers of blessing, who like Baba make everyone complete, to those who remain constantly busy in service. To such children who are equal to the Father, Baba's love, remembrance, and namaste. And then Baba had a meeting with Didi. So Baba was emphasizing on importance of who are those 8, what are the qualifications and qualities of the 8 jewels and 100 and 16,000. So Baba was telling those who have all the powers, all the 8 powers, are the ones who are part of the 8 jewels. So that is allowed by everyone. So they will have all the 8 powers, and they will be elevated souls, great souls, and bestowers of blessing in front of family. This is the specialty of 8 jewels. And today we're going to read Baba's meeting Madhuban Vasis. All of you Madhuban residents remain constantly lost in love in remembrance of the Father, do you not? Like the Father, you remain constantly stable in tireless and double light stage. You remain constantly stable in a tireless and double light stage, do you not? You remain tireless to the extent that you remain light. You remain tireless to the extent that you remain light. Any type of burden would tire you. Anyone who is physically heavy would become tired. Anyone who is light would not become tired. So too, any type of burden of the mind or in connections or relations would tire you. Any type of burden of mind or in connections or relations would tire you. Madhuban Vasis have received the blessing of being tireless. So you are tireless, are you not? Should there be even more melas? The further you progress, the bigger these melas are going to become. They're not going to get any smaller. The more melas you have, the more you will need to have. No matter how many more plans you make, the bigger these melas will become, because it is only at the confluence age that the godly family grows. The less time there is, the greater the increase will be. You do not think that you will be left out if many others come, do you? Those who have become embodiment of renunciation are automatically thought of by others. Those who become embodiment of renunciation are automatically thought of by others. All of you are selfless, are you not? The more detached you remain from all desires, the more your desires will easily be fulfilled. There is no tiredness when there is happiness and attainment. Madhuban Vasi residents should find new ways of making effort so that everyone else can follow. Now that the new year has begun, you have to find something new. Invent a new ways to make easy effort and share your practical experience with others. All souls look at you with great regard. Just as they look at the sparkling stars in the sky with an elevated vision, so everyone also regards you as being the most elevated, the luckiest, and closest souls. So, remain stable in the stage in which you are regarded by others. They regard your ways of walking, eating, and speaking as a divine activity. Every act of the Father was also regarded by you as a divine activity. So you have to be those with an elevated character, not ordinary. As you perform every act, Madhuban is a stage in front of the world. Every actor pays so much attention to his every act when he's on a stage. Even if he raises the hand, it would be with great attention because he knows that everyone is watching him. Every act of yours has great importance. Babdada looks at all of you with same importance as is given to the souls of Madhuban. Acha? Make new plans for becoming easy, natural yogis. Because this year everyone has this aim of the final stage of experiencing easy and natural yoga. On what basis are you able to have easy yoga? And with which method can you become natural yogis? Make this plan and experience it, and then share that experience. Make a plan, experiment and experience it, and then share that experience with others. And everyone will sing your praise. Create new methods of effort whereby you have to make less effort but achieve great success. Make such plans that when everyone sees them, they will all give thanks to the Madhuban residents. Acha? So let's take a minute. Just Soak in how Baba is focusing on Madhuban Vasis, being light, double light, becoming tireless and selfless, becoming tireless by being light, becoming tireless by being happy and full of all attainments, content. And Baba is asking Vasis to invent new methods to make easy and natural yogis. Experiment, experience, and share that experience. Make a plan, experiment, experience, and share your experience with others. Baba also met a lot of groups. In this, Baba is sharing the method to remain safe from Maya and the vibrations of the world. What is the method to remain safe from Maya and the vibrations of the world? Souls who remain constantly absorbed in love for the one Father and none other remain safe from every type of attack from Maya. When bombs are dropped during a war, everyone remains underground so that they are not harmed by the bombs. So too, when you remain absorbed in love for the One, you will remain constantly safe from Maya and from the vibrations of the world. Maya will not have the courage to attack you. Remain absorbed in love. This is your means of safety. So the method to remain safe from Maya and vibrations of the world is to stay absorbed in Baba's love. One Father and none other. The means of safety from Maya and the vibrations of the world. The second group Baba is meeting the signs of jewels who are close to the Father. If somebody is close to Father, what are the signs we get to see? The souls who remain close to the Father will be colored by Baba's company of truth. The signs, those who are close to Father are colored by the company of Baba, company of truth. The color of company of the truth is spirituality. Sat Sang. The company of truth is Ruhaniyat, spirituality. So, jewels who are close will remain constantly stable in a spiritual stage. While being in bodies, they will be detached from their bodies and stable in their Ruhaniyat, spirituality. The second sign, detached and colored by Baba. Even though the body is visible, the wonder is not to see the body while seeing it, but to see the soul that is not visible. Those who maintain their spiritual intoxication are able to make Father their companion because Baba is the spirit. Those who maintain Ruhani Nasha can keep Baba's company because he is the spirit. He's going to keep that spirituality alive. So, what are the signs? One is we get the colored by the company of the truth. followed by the company of the Father, the company of the truth is spirituality. When you are in the company of spirituality, you are naturally detached from the body and very stable in your spiritual awareness. Maintain that Ruhani Nasha. You can keep Baba's company naturally. Next group, Baba says, easy way to go beyond all attractions of the old world. Earlier, Baba was talking about being detached. We are very close to Baba. And now Baba is refining further easy ways to go beyond all attractions of the old world. Always have the intoxication, nasha, that you are the masters of the imperishable treasures. All Father's treasures of knowledge, happiness, peace, and bliss, etc., are your virtues. All Baba's treasures are your virtues. A child is automatically the master of his father's property. A soul with all rights has the intoxication of having all rights and is thereby able to forget everything else. He is not aware of anything else. There is just one awareness, Baba and me. With this awareness, you will automatically be able to go beyond the attractions of the old world. The target is always very clear in front of those who maintain their intoxication. The target is to become an angel and a deity. The easy way to go beyond the attractions of the old world is to stay in Ruhani Nasha of attaining all the imperishable treasures of Gyan, Sukh Shanti, Anand, and all the virtues. And there is only Baba and me in the awareness. This intoxication stays alive. Old world disappears. And you have your aim and objective very clear. Aim and objective to become angel and deity. So Baba is talking about the wonderful game of 1 second. And this point is already touched in the main Murli. The wonderful game of 1 second through which you can pass with honors. So that 1 second earlier Baba was talking about, that transformed when we recognize Baba. It transformed our sansar, sanskar, our vritti, our drishti, all our smriti. So here Baba is going little detail. The game of 1 second is to be in the body one moment and to go beyond body the next and remain stable in the avyakta stage. Do you practice this game of a second? 1 second you are here, 1 second you are vanished. Do you practice this game of a second so that you are able to remain stable in whatever stage you want and whenever you want? The final paper will be that of just 1 second. Those who fluctuate in this second will fail, and those who remain unshakable will pass. Do you have such controlling power? You should now practice this intensely. The more upheaval there is, the more peaceful your stage should be. An ocean is very noisy externally, but deep down, it is extremely silent. Similarly, you need to practice this. Only those who have controlling power will be able to control the world. How would those who are not able to control themselves rule the world? You need the power to pack up. In 1 second, you should be able to go into the essence of the expansion, and in 1 second, go into expansion of the essence. This is the wonderful game. Again, in this, Baba was focusing on that 1 second, maybe totally be in a body and vanish, and to have a very solid control on our stage, to stabilize ourselves in our object stage. And this is the test paper. And how do we stabilize? Like an ocean, deep underneath, there is stillness, even though there are storms outside. So antarmukhi, spirta, and stable in our object stage. So Baba says, need to exercise the power to back up and then stay stable, antarmukhi, and have that controlling power to be stable in object stage. Continue to swing in the swing of Atendriya Sukh, super sensuous joy. Seeing you constantly swinging in happiness, other souls will also experience happiness and forget their sorrow. Your eyes and face should give happiness to others. Become bestowers of happiness to this extent. Those who become such bestowers of happiness cannot experience any waves of sorrow, even in their thoughts. Continue to swing in Atendriya Sukh. Swing of Atendriya Sukh. Seeing you constantly swinging in happiness, other souls will also experience happiness and forget their sorrow. Your eyes and face should give happiness to others. Become bestowers of happiness to this extent. Those who become such bestowers of happiness cannot experience any waves of sorrow even in their thoughts. Okay, so here Baba is going in deep. In Madhuban, you easily experience earning an income at every step. Madhuban is called the land of blessing. Something you attain easily is said to be a blessing. As soon as you come to Madhuban, all labor finishes and you start experiencing easy attainment. How much did you earn in this short time? To come to Madhuban means to accumulate in your mine of wealth. You accumulated a treasure store in a short time because you know the importance of this place. Madhuban is Bab-Dada's direct place of karma. It is the land of his divine activity, the land of service, and the land of tapasya. Here you have the atmosphere and vibrations of tapasya. By coming to this land, you are easily able to experience all these things. Just as during the season, for especially earning something, you cannot stay without earning. You even renounce sleep. So in Madhuban too, you have an extra lottery for earning an income. You are Tapasvi Kumars. A tapasvi does not just do tapasya while sitting down, but tapasya means to have deep love and to experience that deep love whilst walking, moving around and eating. To be in remembrance of the One and to take your meals in remembrance of the one is tapasya. Whatever chance you get, take the chance, make yourself full, and also make others full. Beautiful blessings. Not sure how many should we go? Should we go one more? Okay. So Baba is sharing. Do you children of the ocean of knowledge constantly play with the jewels of knowledge? The greatest imperishable jewels are the jewels of knowledge. The children of the ocean of knowledge would play with jewels of knowledge. For half a cycle, you had stone intellects and playing with stones, and therefore experienced sorrow and peacelessness. What do you play with now? Jewels of knowledge. A king's child would play with gold and silver toys. Similarly, children of the ocean of knowledge would constantly play with jewels of knowledge. You will not experience waves of sorrow or peacelessness when you play with jewels of knowledge. Gyan are jewels and also knowledge. On the basis of knowledge, you cannot experience any waves of sorrow or peacelessness. You are now leading a new life. You will feel that life of sorrow and peacelessness was not your life, that it was someone else's life. You will then laugh at your past life. So Baba was emphasizing on playing with the ocean of knowledge, playing with the jewels of knowledge, those jewels which are imperishable. In playing, there is no peacelessness and sorrow. One more. All of you are jewels of contentment. Santusht money, a santusht money, a jewel constantly sparkling in the center of the forehead. A crown has beautiful jewels studded on it. A jewel of contentment, santusht money, constantly remain on Baba's forehead. That is, it stays in the remembrance of the Father. When the Father remembers that one, since children remember the Father, Father also gives the return. Those who are constantly in remembrance of the Father will remain content in every situation. Even if the situation is one of discontent or sorrow, such souls will always remain happy. In a situation of sorrow, let your stage of happiness remain constant and stable. A situation that is like a mountain will be experienced on the basis of power of knowledge to be like a mustard seed. That it will be like nothing, but it is nothing new. Do you have such a stage? No matter what happens, it is nothing new. This is known as being Mahavir. Check. Let's take a pause here and then quickly revise. Material of content, Santusht money, the stage which is constant and stable, the stage of being the Mahavir, the one who is always playing with jewels of knowledge. children of ocean of knowledge. Try to be the resident of Madhuban, Tapasya Dham, land of divine activities, the land of service. Try to feel the atmosphere and vibrations. The one who is absorbed in remembrance of the one, while walking and moving around, staying in the supersensuous joy, swinging in Atendriya Sukh, extending that happiness and being a bestower of happiness. One who pass with honors. The second, being very stable in your avyakt stage. Staying in the deep stillness of the ocean, very still in the depth. Antarmukhi, exercising the power to pack up, going beyond and stable. With your controlling power, going beyond the attractions of the whole world, but staying in Ruhani Nasha of imperishable treasures, staying absorbed in none but one, Baba and me alone, very clear awareness of our aim of being an angel and deity. Staying in the satsang, the company of the truth, company of Baba alone, stable spiritual stage, staying with the companion Baba, safe from Maya and vibrations of the world, absorbed in love of the one, experimenting, experiencing, and sharing your experience of being an easy and natural yogi. Easy and natural yogi. Light, timeless and light, detached from all the desires, experiencing the double light stage. Renunciation, that is selfless, and the elevated, luckiest, and the closest to souls. Om Shanti. Murli, lot of yuktis Baba has given, reinforcing the main Murli. So what new experiments are you going to experiment today? What new yuktis, methods are you going to experiment today? Become easy and natural yogi. Which is why.
Om Shanti. Brother. So at the point really that which tends to is many points. I mean, it's a very long, early, and Baba touched upon many things. So I find this point the means of safety from Maya and the vibration of the world. Baba says, remain observed in Baba's love. So this way we will constantly remain safety. And Baba gave a very good example about the bombs. When bombs are dropped during a war, right? Everyone, if those who are underground, right, they will remain safe. They are not harmed by the bombs. So here the Baba says remain observed in love. So we are not really harmed by Maya and the vibration of the world. Om Shanti, thank you.
Sridhar Bhai, would you like to share? Anyone else wants to share? Girija Ben, Kalpesh Bhai, Kamila Ben.
Om Shanti, Ashabai, Om Shanti. This safety thing, now that yesterday blessing was also this always remain within the line of the constantly we remain within the line of safety. Then, then the soul can experience the godly canopy and become Mayaji. Same thing, was emphasized in yesterday's blessing, and I found it quite effective. And so, and the other thing I would like to share is that the most important, I think the thing is the love. Uh, the love when we have unconditional love for Baba, irrespective of any situation or anything, we keep holding Baba, in our awareness. Then everything falls in place, and we win the game. And another aspect is that game of 1 second, which Baba gave today, that we need to practice is to be in the body one moment and to go beyond this body in the next moment and remain stable there in either the avyakt stage or the DT stage. And that is that this practice definitely Baba's guarantee. People say it's the Modi's guarantee, but I think it's a Baba's guarantee that the soul will be able to remain stable in whatever stage soul decides, whatever, whether it is 16,108, 108 or 8, whatever. Baba says the soul can remain stable in that stage as long as the soul wants. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, Harshabhai.
Mm.
Even for me, when you were reading the Murli, as I also shared yesterday, the Murli is really very profound. Every paragraph has got so many of what I call it a bullet point. And today, when you were reading in the groups, you could read only some. There were so many, of these bullet points. And sometimes I wonder in Abhyaktas, how could Baba sit over there, meet each group? Like even in the recent Abhyaktwani, for each place, he had a quality to mention in the Murli on 15th December. But what I liked in the Murli, as the brother shared, is that line of safety. Because just yesterday in the blessing, I loved that rhyming: safety, canopy, Mayajit. And I liked the way, because I always love to remember these blessings, but this was very nice. And his first line in that blessing, the Father and you is the line of safety. That was so thing. The Father and you is the line of safety, and that safety is God's protection. So as I was already churning on the blessing yesterday, I think that point is something which I would really like to move on. But brother, I wanted to ask one thing. See, everywhere Baba speaks about Madhuban, Madhuban, Madhuban. Why even in the recent Avyakt Vani on 15th December, Baba said, but you actually live in Madhuban. You are in the heart of Madhuban. You have been given a lift in Madhuban. Use the lift. Don't go by the stairs. And you are getting the Murli personally. So others have no chance. So you should be able to reveal. So I was trying to define, am I a Madhuban Nivasi when I go to Madhuban and come back? After that, am I not a Madhuban Nivasi? And what is the responsibility of these people? Because 24/7, they are there, looked after. They eat in Baba's remembrance. The food is cooked in Baba's remembrance. Atmosphere is in Baba's remembrance. And though it is called Madhuban, sweetness, renunciation, everything they get. So Baba really said, you have responsibility. So I was trying to understand why that crown of responsibility Baba put even in the recent Murli. What is that thing they know? Because are they really contributing 100% as Madhuban Nivasi? And what is my role? My role is only a Madhuban Nivasi when I go and come. I was just thinking on this line, brother. Suppose you could also share your view on it, because even I think we are not a Madhuban Nivasi in that sense, even though there are a few foreigners over there. Otherwise, it's generally Indians. Could you share about this, brother? Because I was thinking on that line.
Yeah. Couple of things. I've been going to Madhuban for almost like 19 years now, and I have seen Madhuban Vasis, especially whenever I get a chance, I stay in Panda Bhavan. So I have seen Sushil Bhai and Sailesh Bhai and all the brothers who are there. And see, once you get used to an atmosphere, right, it becomes very natural, right? So then you have to make little extra effort to practice. And a recent visit when I was in Madhuban, I was talking to Sushil Pai. He was telling, see, it is not easy to remember Baba when you are in Madhuban, because you get used to the ambience. Your mind get used to this ambience and the rhythm of it. So, and then they're literally on the stage. Everyone is watching them, right? But they definitely have much more rigid rhythm of Amrit Vela, Murli saying good night before going to bed, and traffic controls, and then churning sessions that they have, like that morning 5 a.m. sessions that they have in Panda Bhavan. So they are very much diligent, and then they know that it's not just that everybody is watching them, they are really serious people. So I get really inspired every time I go to Madhuban, right? So having said that, and then they definitely are they don't have a exit in a way. They're always on the stage. For example, for us, when we are in the center, so we are doing all the service and then we are maintaining our stage. But once we go to the work, so it is like oh, okay, so I'm moving from to the another atmosphere, right? Like your mindset is like you're taking a break kind of. But they will never get a break. There is no privacy, there is no break. You are always on guard, right? So having said that, does it mean that we don't be called Madhuban Vasis? But in one Murli, Baba was talking about that. So as long as your mind is there, you are resident of Madhuban Vasi. Even if you are there and your mind is somewhere else, you are not Madhuban Vasi. So you are where your mind is. You are where your mind is. And especially why Madhuban, why not in Paramdam? Because lot of these divine activities that happen in Panda Bhavan, literally, right? So Brahma Baba became Brahma Baba there. All dadis and whole yajna was nurtured and then flourished there, right? And that atmosphere is there. And the minute when we take our mind there, we are also invoking that vibrations within us, and we're also remembering Baba in action. So when we keep our mind there and then um, go throughout the day, so you are much more than a Madhuban Vasi. Follow, right? And that is how I perceive is every time Baba says Madhuban Vasi. And for some time I was also practicing this. Every time you listen to Murli, make yourself sit in history hall, especially Sakar Malays. Just visualize, create this mindset yourself in the Panda Bhavan, sitting amongst dadis, sitting before Brahma Baba, and Shiv Baba is speaking through Brahma Baba, and try to feel the atmosphere there. What would be the mood in the room? What is the vibrations in the room? And then try to soak into that atmosphere with your mind, and then you'll feel a different flavor of Murli, different power when you're listening to Murli with your keeping your mind in Madhuban. Follow it. And then I practiced that for few years, and then I felt it very effective. And then I started to mix up, like, oh, I want to listen Murli in subtle region because Baba is there right now. And then I started playing with a couple of other things that helped me. Did I answer, Girjaba? Hope I answered.
Yeah, because I feel like they're always on the scanner, like we always try to look at them and then we compare and all. But we have to know they have left their homes, they have that renunciation and all. But of course, I was given the feeling, as you said, you met somebody, that now it's a little bit of thing. They just do visit as seva, their homesteads and all. But as you said, they're always on the scanner. But how diligently they get that schedules, as you said, getting up, Baba's room. Like for us, I remember when we go, we rush to get up to go and sit over there in Baba, the Char Dham, especially in Pandav Bhavan. And I think for them, they are lucky in that because diligently they go there, or even we look for some source of entertainment later. But their source of entertainment is a class. Like a brother was saying, we enjoy Sachin Bhai's class. We enjoy this class at 9:30. When we go to sleep, also, it's something nice. And so, even in this Murli, if you see the last line, Baba says, किसी ने बोला कि मधुबन निवासी से मिलना. I was just saying, does Baba need an agenda to meet the Madhuban Nivasis? Like other group also, they should be met every time, whether they are there 24/7. Just that last line of the Murli, I was saying that Baba, that today someone said Baba has to meet Madhuban Nivasis. Okay.
Yeah. Anyone else wants to share? Manubai, Chinkikalabin. A very deep Murli we have today. So one thing that always caught my attention, because knowing Baba is not actually black and white. And especially when Baba is talking about that 1 second, I was thinking since yesterday about that 1 second. Like every time you try to, like, especially when we are talking about Madhvan Vasis, so you cannot try to remember Baba as you did when you first came into Gyan. So you have to keep refining, and especially Baba was talking about making it natural and easy, where you have to make it so refined and so subtle, and then you have to make yourself comfortable being in that subtle stage, because unless I myself am in that subtle awareness, I cannot remember something which is subtle, or I cannot connect to something which is subtle. So I think that's where when Baba was talking about when you're absorbed, a lot of other things happen. You're free, you conquer Maya, you're free from all obstacles, you're free from all the vibrations, and you'll become very powerful, and then all the changes will happen, and all other things falls into place. You'll be Natendriya Sukh and all kinds of stuff. But the conscious practice is to stay in that subtle connection. Right?
Yes, Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Thank you, Divine Family, and thank you, Baba. Yes, there's one point I like very much, that there is a plan first, then experience, then share. These are like very much, because this plan is a godly planning. It's a godly drama. So it's a Baba's plan. That's we are all our divine family here. Then we experience we share experience that. We feel that powers we have, and we experience that, and we, from normal thought to elevated thought, we convert into that thought. So that we are experiencing, that I am experiencing. So that we have to, and we share with the people, and it's multiplied and grow in our whatever we the powers we have. Yani these powers goes on increasing day by day by experiencing and sharing to others. So
Right.
that I what I got. So I'm going to share. Om Shanti. Thank you, brother. Thank you, sister.
Thank you. And it's very true. Like in especially in the beginning of the Murli, where Baba was telling, doing service is the means, right? And then doing service is whatever experiences that you have, surrender them, means like Baba was asking to use that experiences and then share. Share your powers, share your virtues, share your wisdom, share your experiences. More you share, more you go further. More you go further.
Yes, yes.
Okay, let's take a couple of minutes to meditate. Make yourself very comfortable. In a very subtle form of light. The power of your mind. Make yourself very comfortable being in Mother Body. You're stable. And steady intellect. Very focused intellect. Try to tune in to that atmosphere. Try to feel the presence of Baba. Try to feel the elevated company of all tapasvi souls. Feel the company of all that elevated souls. Didi, Dadi, Mama, and Baba. Try to feel the atmosphere of all these elevated souls absorbed in love. Feel yourself surrounded. By this Avyakt atmosphere, making you perceive that joy which is beyond senses. Perceive that love. The love that always keeps you safe, content, very rich and elevated. Om Shanti, Shanti. Thank you.
Om Shanti. Thank you to Baba. Thank you, Harshbhai. Thank you, Divine Family. See you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Till that time, have a wonderful day.